The At Home Show.
The At Home Show presents Real Moms of Genius. Real Moms of Genius. Here's to you, Mom, who wasn't going to stop at one booger up your toddler's nose. No, in your adamantine persistence, you MacGyvered a way to get all the boogers. Yes, by attaching a straw to a funnel and then cutting off a piece of foam from some project your husband wasn't finishing anyway as a filter. You developed the booger sucker. And now toddlers everywhere are breathing easier. All thanks to you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day to you and all the moms out there who go above and beyond for their babies, both little and big. Live from the Green Room Studios from the spacious property of Bates Nursery and Garden Center, 3810 Whites Creek Pike, it's the At Home Show with Josh Cary and David Bates.
I know. Calm down, folks.
It's all about you, Josh.
Oh, it's all about the booger sucker upper. No,
Have you guys seen that? That thing is incredible. My son hates it, but then he breathes like super good.
Why? He sleeps well all night.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a fight getting that funnel up.
It's a two-person job. I have to hold him down.
Well, welcome in, everyone.
Child Services is listening this morning. All righty, folks. Yes, that music means that it is time for your Saturday morning tradition, the At Home Show with Josh Cary and David Bates. I am Josh Cary.
And I am David Bates.
That's Moose over here.
Hello.
Booger sucker. Tyler's across the way.
Hello. And we've got a really
action-packed.
We have got everything. I can't even go
Look
down.
at him trying to keep us on the clock already this morning.
I told him yesterday we're going to have to start running on the clock.
Oh.
Because, we've got a lot going on today. Of course, this is Mother's Day.
Is he going to turn into Jonathan Schaefer?
No.
Oh, no. Huh?
No.
John Mounts?
No. Tyler's entirely too good-natured to be Schaefer.
Nah, Schaefer was awesome.
Uh-huh.
I like Schaefer.
Oh, Jonathan's a great guy.
Yeah, he was.
But, he's,
He was stickler.
He
says, don't touch the buttons, Josh. Don't touch any buttons.
Well, that rule still
ever.
applies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still tell you don't touch the buttons.
Well, he can tell him to mute, and I guarantee you that any minute now it's going to go off.
It's got a gremlin, man. I'm telling you, there's a gremlin in the iPad. But it's a little cloudy this morning starting out.
Yeah,
David.
well, it's going to be a cloudy day, so it would appear.
Mm-hmm.
And we will expect to have some showers, but later in the afternoon, probably near the end of the day. So they're not going to keep you from getting out and taking care of Mom, because you know what? That's what's important. Mom is what it's all about today. So don't forget it. You have all kinds of other excuses in life, but you cannot forget Mom. So
she won't let you.
Make sure you take care of her. But today we're going to have some showers in the afternoon. A high of only 63 degrees. We're having a really mild beginning to spring this year. So 63 today. Tomorrow we're going to have some late afternoon thunderstorms, probably half inch or more of rain.
Oh, thank you.
But those won't really happen until later in the day, probably 4 or 5 o'clock. We're going to have some sunshine starting a little later in the morning on Monday. Again, high of only 63 degrees, 66 on Tuesday, partly cloudy. Wednesday, 67, partly cloudy. A few showers again on Thursday, which means clouds. And then good chance of partly cloudy conditions on Friday. Still only 74 degrees for a high temperature. Currently here in the Music City, let's see if I can scroll this down enough. It's 55 degrees.
It's chilly.
Here in the Green Room at Bates Nursery right here in Music City, USA.
Well, these wet weather that we're having is... It's probably causing some fungal issues around the house and home.
There are
creatures like snails and slugs and all over everywhere.
That could happen both on outdoor plants as well as indoor plants. Now we're going to go straight to our first feature of the morning. I know we usually do a little more banter than this, but we've got a lot to cover today. A new feature that we're adding at Bates Nursery and Garden Center. And if you come in to the tropical plant area and you go to the back, you're going to see a computer screen set up, and you're going to see Dr. Vanessa, because the doctor is in. That's
my
right.
goodness.
She's going to be there. Welcome, doctor. We're so glad to have you join us today. And Dr. Vanessa is going to be prescribing corrective actions to take for whatever problems that ail your house plants, things that you bring in. And so we're looking forward to having folks come in, make their way to it's a little bit hidden yet. We don't have it marked really clearly yet, but we're going to try. Yeah, we're going to try to make sure that people get back there and give the good doctor opportunity. Vanessa, welcome, and we appreciate you being here on the At Home Show this morning.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm really excited to for this new feature, to get everyone healthy and happy with their houseplants.
Well, we know
Houseplants should be.
we know that there are people who come out and have questions, and you and I have not actually talked about this, but I think Tyler mentioned it to you that we're going to try to work it out where that if you've got some things that are a problem at your home, that we could set up an appointment with Dr. Vanessa.
Yes.
And she will make a house call direct to your, so you can.
Is there a co-payment?
I don't know how much co-payment there is involved. We're going to do this just as a public service. We're going to try to offer this to folks who are having issues with their plants at home. And so we'll be figuring out how we're going to get that all out there. But for now, you're going to be in, today's the first segment we're going to have where people can actually visit with you here at the nursery virtually over the computer, and you're going to talk about all the things they may have going on with their plants or questions they may have.
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
Now, you have a wide range of plant knowledge and expertise. You tell us where your passions are. How did you get really interested in learning about plants and really taking care of them and learning the finer points about them?
I would say I probably started keeping plants like right after I got my very first place out of college.
That's out of medical college, right? Plant medical college.
Yes, plant medical college.
By the way, you do have your stethoscope, do you not, Doctor?
I do have it. Actually, it's upstairs at the moment, so I will be.
But I just want to make sure.
Be getting that.
Oh yeah, we got to have our props available.
Yes.
Yes.
Put the plant near the screen. So go ahead, Doctor. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
But yeah, no, houseplants, like I really got into them actually when I started keeping reptiles, because a lot of them, they love to have like natural lush greenery in their enclosures, and that's actually what got me started on houseplants, and that has really taken off to another level in the past couple of years.
Well, I know you are a big advocate of pitcher plants. That's one of the things that you're passionate about. I know you have some incredible specimens. And so what other plants that you particularly are fond of?
Honestly, I am a huge fan of philodendrons. There's such a huge range of them. They come in all types of colors and shapes, and I have a soft spot for anything with big, giant, tropical, lush leaves.
And the good thing about them is
that group is definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a general rule. They're pretty easy to take care of. So if you, as long as you can regulate your watering correctly, you can have really good success. So when folks come in to visit with you today, what are the kind of things you're prepared to help people diagnose? You're going to make suggestions about what they ought to consider.
Skin ailments, maybe?
No, I don't think she's going to get, unless it's the skin of your
plant.
Shrimp plant, maybe. I don't
Shrimp?
know. It could be.
Shrimp plant?
So
I would say some of the most common like houseplant issues are going to be, usually watering. Lighting and watering are the two most important things. And, when those things go wrong, like it can definitely, lead to some issues. Pests are an occasional issue. They sneak in and get established in your nice, cozy, temperature-controlled home. But most of those are pretty easy to get rid of. It just takes a little bit of diligence. little work.
Well, and it also takes people being observant and taking the time to look before the problems become apparent. And that's the biggest mistake I think a lot of folks make, is they wait until it becomes some big issue, and then they're trying to correct it. And for things, for a lot of things such as scale and spider mites and all those kind of things, you can, if you don't pay close attention, you can get to the point where you're almost or non-correctable, and you wind up having to pitch something and kind of start over again. So hopefully you're going to be able to help folks develop that eye about what to look for and when to be looking for it, and also to help them to understand the basics of light and water, and also fertility. So. All right. Well, we're going to look forward to having you. What time are you going to be?
I got a quick question.
Sure, certainly.
And a
Dr.
confession.
Cary.
And a confession.
Okay.
I killed a pitcher plant. I did. I killed it. I don't know whether we did it too much water, not enough water. Had a beautiful spot underneath the skylight. Died, dried up. So.
I think anyone that has ever kept houseplants, if you have never killed a houseplant, you're lying, or it hasn't happened yet.
Right.
It's unfortunately, it is part of the learning process. All plants go to heaven.
Yes.
And we will, we learn from our
mistakes. That's the silver lining, Josh.
Yes, it is.
That pitcher plant's in heaven now.
But you guys had them displayed here in water. And that seemed like it was a little counterproductive, and it might have been because of the display. I started out doing that, and then I was watering literally about every other day, and I mean drenching it and drowning it, and I don't know what I've done.
You probably drenched it, drowned
it. A lot of pitcher plants are bog plants. There are some that are more epiphytic, the Nepenthes pitchers, where they grow the little pitchers on the end of their leaves.
Right.
They like to be evenly moist, but not completely saturated. But the other pitcher plants, the Sericinias that grow up from the ground, they actually have a dormant period. So, it may look like they're dying back, but it's actually just part of their natural life cycle.
So there you go. So come on out and see us at Bates Nursery today, and take a time for a visit with Dr. Vanessa, because the doctor is in. She'll be here a little later on in the morning. So if you're in the greenhouse area, check in there and give her a shout and say hello, and bring your questions that you have about your house plants. She'll be there to help you. Vanessa, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you a little later on in the garden center here at Bates Nursery. You have a great day.
Thank you. You as well. We'll see you later.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, 615-499-6690 if you want to jump in here and make comments.
Dr. Vanessa had a birthday this week.
She
by
did.
The way. She is not the only birthday girl around Bates Nursery.
Goodness.
We have another one today. Dr. Vanessa's partner in crime, Cary Gant. Her cohort, and they're both are major plant aficionados. We've got a little special segment that Tyler and Cary did yesterday. We thought we'd run that for you right now.
Good morning. Caroline here at Bates Nursery. Going to take you for a quick walk around the greenhouse, looking at some hanging baskets. We've got single varieties. As you can see to my right, we have some impatiens, some geranium, and if we pan over here to my left, we've got some beautiful mixed color and these petunias down here. Great Mother's Day present for your mom coming up this weekend. Some black-eyed Susan vine, and one of my favorites, straw flower. These are a great cut flower. They come out dry. They keep their color once you cut them off that flower. Perfect hanging basket. All right, let's go for a walk. And as you can see to my right, we have some more baskets, a few little mixed up top. More petunias if you're going for that single color. Maybe your mama loves a pink, doesn't want any other colors mixed in. And some beautiful purple verbena down here below. Some more mixed colors, smaller varieties. I mean, we have everything you could ever want in a hanging basket. Begonias, more geranium. Ooh, here's a great one down low. Put my face in there. We've got some verbena, some petunias all mixed up, a nice little autumn sunset theme. And if we pan next door, we've got a little Pink going, perfect Mother's Day color. Begonia hanging basket. Now these are some of my favorite. They can tolerate low light, so if she's got hooks on her front porch, she wants to hang it, it's not gonna get too much sunlight. This will be a good option. We have so many colors, as you can see, as we keep on walking. This Rex Begonia up high, I haven't even seen this yet. We're gonna pull it down. Look at her. So if your mom's not into flowers, if she's more of a foliage type of gal, this is a great option. We have a few of these back in the greenhouse, but not a lot. Oh, if your mother has full sun, loves a lot of color, Lantana hanging basket, you can always get a few more things to stick in there. If you wanted to add a little bit of variety, change it up a little bit. Oh wow, this sweet potato vine. I don't think I've ever actually seen one bloom. This would be a perfect gift. We actually have 2 in stock in the greenhouse right now. So again, back to just foliage. If your mom's not into big flowers, not into petunias, which is a lot we have, we do have a lot of Tradescantia in stock back here and as well up in the garden center, and spider plant. So these are 2 cool plants, more like house plants. She can keep it year round. She doesn't have to worry about deadheading the flowers, stuff falling off, it's shedding. All right, and one more thing I wanted to talk about. If you're gonna make your own mixed container, if you're gonna add something to something already existing, these wave petunias that we just got in, we have an array of colors. We got lilac, we got pinks, we have purples, we have reds down here. So you can just make a mixed planter for your mother, choose her favorite colors, choose something that you like. We can keep on walking. We have some variegated ones. This is my favorite, Rosy Dawn Easy Wave Petunia. Let's get a close-up, TY. You see that pop? You see those frilly little leaves on that petal? All right, and thanks for taking a tour with us. Come on down and visit us. Take a look at our hanging baskets. You've seen our assortment, and we'll see you soon here at Bates Nursery. Goodbye.
Like Mr. Rogers-esque there at the end.
Well, you know, she's obviously a bit of a performer.
You think?
She is a professional dance instructor, by the way. So she looks like she's moving gracefully, but there's a good reason for that. She's graceful. That's just the way that is. So anyway, thank you. Birthday girl herself, Cary Gant.
All righty, 615-499-6690. If you want to comment on the At Home Show with Josh Cary and David Bates Facebook page, you can do that. Yeah. Like Corey Smith says, word to the mothers, yard boy.
Yeah.
Word to the mother. Word.
Okay, I got you.
We've got a viewer up in Rhode Island again this morning. So
a viewer up in Rhode Island.
Who better call his mama today? Okay. And Lita says good morning. So thank you for joining us here for us.
And, of course, if you've got a question during the course of the program, or if it's during the course of the week and we can catch it next week, you can always dial this number, 615-499-6690. You can leave a voicemail.
An order for Michael.
Or you can text a message.
Yes.
Or you can put that out on our Facebook page, The At Home Show with Josh Cary and David Bates. So check that out, and you'll let us know what you're thinking about it. You've got questions about things, we're here to try to answer them. We're also here to talk about today, of course, is Mother's Day edition, and no Mother's Day would be complete without a little story about moms. And all of us, one thing everyone has in common is we all have a mom. And so, Michael, give us I'll put you on the spot here.
Well, there's a lot. So the story that is it's going to sound unbelievable.
Could we go to input 2, by the way, if you don't mind, sir?
I think that's Tyler's got that now.
No, I've got it.
Oh, okay.
You've got it?
I've got it.
Okay. We fight over the remote here.
Yeah, we do. Just like everybody else's house. So who gets it? But
So anyway, there's my mom right there. Look at it. It was me this time.
Mute the TV. Okay.
Anyway, that's my mom. That was during my wedding to Catherine. So
great picture.
I was like 7 or 8 years old, and
in that picture?
No, not there. No.
Wow, man.
No, when this story took place, and you're not going to believe the story when I tell you, but it's absolutely true, and I have more than 10 witnesses that this happened.
All right.
We were staying at this babysitter's house, and I got into it with another little boy there, and I said, And I told my sister, and she figures in this too, she was 4 at the time, maybe even 3. I can't remember.
Maybe even.
She was complicit, or she was just
well, she's my sister, and I made her go along with it.
Okay.
So I said, I ain't putting up with this crap. I'm leaving. And this is no joke. This is in Russellville, Kentucky. She lived on the south side of town, this lady who was watching us. I mapped this out very carefully. I waited till she went to the store because her husband, who's supposed to be watching us, he never watched us. He just slept in his chair. I took my sister. She had
smoking cigarettes and drinking beer too, right?
She had her Barbie suitcase, and we left. And no joke, at 7, 8 years old, I went 6 miles. I dodged the cops. I hid behind trash cans with my sister till I got to my best friend's house on the north side of town. So my
I bet your mom was fit to be tied.
Oh yeah. So she called the cops. Everyone was out looking for us, and we saw it. At one point, we saw the cops going slow, and that's it. I told my sister, "Don't move. We're good. They ain't gonna get us." And we made it. We made it all the way there. The reason she's a saint is when she found us, she was overjoyed we were okay. The next day, she took me to the police station to talk to a cop about why that was such a stupid thing that I did. So not only was she happy I was there, she also used that to teach me a valuable lesson without beating me half to death, as she probably would have been well within her rights.
Yep.
So my mom's always done that kind of stuff. I've done some really, really dumb things, but she's never just, browbeat me with any of it. She's always used that like, listen, here's how you can be a better person. But yeah, that really happened.
Yeah. Well, that's a good story. I like that. Tell you what we're going to do, Josh. We're going to come up. I know you've got a story ready to go, but we're going to jump out here onto the lot here. We're going to talk with. Well, actually, it's time for the Lowen Report.
It's time for the Lowen Report on the At Home Show.
And good morning, Austin. Welcome in here.
You said you didn't want the music, so I took the music out.
Okay, all right. It's all good. I like that. Welcome, Austin. Good to see you this morning. You're out there on the lot. We're talking about Mother's Day today, so before we go further, give me a quick Mother's Day story. Give me something that you especially remember your mom about.
Okay. I was thinking about this last night. First off, my mother's a saint. I love her more than anything on earth.
I love my mom too.
There's no, it's an endless amount of stories I could tell about my mom. But one that sticks out to me that I think that kind of made me who I am now was when I was a kid, I was a freshman in high school, and I was playing basketball, and I was good enough to play with the varsity squad, so I didn't practice with the freshmen all that much, which are the guys that I grew up playing with. And one night we had a basketball game, and I didn't have a varsity game that night. It was a freshman game, so I was going to get to play with my guys, so I had to play with them. Well, I was young and dumb and thought I was much better than all of them, and I shouldn't have really been playing with the freshmen. So I kind of had that mentality, and I went out and played, and I played terrible. I had turnovers all across the floor, not playing well, not playing hard, not hustling, doing what I should have. So at the end of that game, my mother came to me, who watched almost every single game I ever played, and she looked at me and she told me, "You will never play another second again if I ever see you play like that." She said, "I don't care if you play a horrible game." She said, "I don't care if you play a great game. What I care about is you give effort." And she said, "That's not just in basketball. You give effort, 100% effort in life, no matter what you do. And you do it to as full of potential as you can, and I'll be proud of you." She said, "But I will never watch you play another game like that." And that just stuck with me, and seeing my mom every day give everything she's got all the time for all of us and all my siblings, it's just a testament to her and her mentality in life. And that's kind of how I live my life now. I give it all every single second.
All right. Well, hey, that's a great story. And I would say that you do live by that example. And folks who come out and are fortunate enough to get to work with Austin and any of our other great landscape professionals here, get him a little treat by getting to get more information than probably you even thought existed about a whole lot of things. You've got some great things lined up for us to look at. We got a truck in from Isley Nursery this week, and there's a lot of great, perhaps unusual gift ideas that people hadn't thought about that they could provide for their mom to give. in case you're trying to find something a little bit different. It's easy to get mom the regular old thing, this or that, but you got some ideas today that will help folks to conjure up something that mom will never forget.
Yeah, that's right. Mom's used to getting those, geranium hanging baskets or petunia hanging baskets every year. Maybe you've done that for the past 10 years. Well, let's switch it up a little bit. Maybe mom's got a little bit more of a green thumb and wants to do something a little different. So I brought some things in here today. Look at these little 1-gallon Isley plants. Look at these little conifers here. A little Bosnian pine I've got right here. A little Japanese maple you can start when it's young like that. Look at all these. And then, we've got plenty of pottery right now too. So I brought some pots over. You can stick this down in a little pot, have a little conifer garden going. Something different for mom. And these aren't all that expensive. Something like this will run you $24.99. Stick it in a pot and let mom grow it. And I did want to talk about growing things in pots. I know I get this question all the time, is can I grow this in a pot? Well, everything we grow comes in a pot. So if you are worried about it or whatever, you don't know that it can grow in a pot, just look around. Everything's in a pot. So you can take some of these small items, put them in a decorative pot, and then have a little conifer, sitting on top of an outside table. As long as you got plenty of sunshine, you can grow all little gift ideas to use for mom instead of just the traditional, flowering hanging baskets or something.
All right, and of course you can look Austin up or Cary or any of our other great landscape professionals. If you're having a hard time trying to figure out what to put with what, they can certainly help you narrow down your choices and take the confusion out of it and ask you the questions that you need to be asked to figure out what mom needs, because whether you live in an apartment complex or a condominium or have a full estate, you always have room for another container, and that will give you a great way to present something with mom that she probably has not gotten before, and it'll be a beautiful, thoughtful gift.
And Austin, they're not just the little ones. You guys have got a bunch of big ones out there on the lot. I walked the lot this morning before the show. It's absolutely stunning. Folks are going to have to come out and see it to get the full appreciation about it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, you don't just have to put something in a pot. You want to get a nice conifer for your mom to put out in her bed, and build around a Japanese maple or, start a conifer garden. You got a big rock or something you want to decorate around in the garden, anything like that. And I got lots of stuff for y'all to look at out here. So yeah, there's no shortage right now.
Yeah, we've got some cryptomerias behind us here, right behind Josh there. And,
amazing.
Beautiful plants, lots to choose from. And again, we just got that Isley truck in this week from the place called Boring, Oregon, and what the plants they produce are anything but boring. They really have an incredible selection. Austin, have anything else you want to show us?
Well, no, I'm just kind of walking around. I'm trying to get y'all a little bit of a good view out here of this section we've got going. Just kind of show you all the plants behind us. Look at all this. We just fully stocked this section back up and turn around a little bit. Got some awesome little spruces behind me. There's all sorts of stuff out here.
Yeah,
so if you're into conifers, if you're into Japanese maples, this is the time to come out and get some.
Yeah, well, admittedly, we had fewer Japanese maples last weekend than we've probably ever had, and we really got stocked back up again this week. So come on out and pick out something pretty for mom and let her know how much you care about it. Austin, thank you for your report today and for that great Mother's Day story that you provided for us. And
absolutely,
come on out and see Austin and all the rest of us here at Bates Nursery. Thanks again, Austin. All right.
Sir.
In particular, David, there is a beautiful, and this is a specimen tree out front. It's a beautiful lace leaf that's green that is just will absolutely knock your socks off, folks. You got to come out there and take a look. It's right out front.
Yeah, when you first come in, you can't miss it. And I'm trying to even think what the cultivar type of that one is, and I don't know.
I don't know if the leaves, it might just be new growth, but they're little teeny tiny lace leaf, and it's a beautiful shade of green right now. It's just
I actually
awesome.
am partial to the green leaf varieties of Japanese maples myself, more so than the red leaf types. The one thing that, generally speaking, the green leaf types of Japanese maples, they're a little bit more heat tolerant. They don't get crispy, get that burnt look to them so much. So that's what makes a good choice.
Well, this one is of a size right now. It'll make a statement. You want to tell Mama you love her. You got.
Well, you don't even have to say it. You put that.
Whoa,
she's gonna know it. So anyway, so we got a lot of gift ideas. out today for Mom. Well, let's take for just a moment, and while we're talking about all the different things you can do, you might not think that soil is one of those things that would be such a great gift idea, but no matter where you are around the Middle Tennessee area, there are dealers all over Tennessee and Kentucky, even up into Indiana and Ohio, of Earth Mix garden products. And what differentiates Earth Mix garden products from pretty much everything else that's out there is that it is a soil that is done with two things in mind. Number one, it's 100% organic, and it's designed to be the most productive as far as producing vibrant growth and sustainably produced. And we do so right here in Nashville, Tennessee. And it doesn't matter whether you use Earth Mix Garden, Earth Mix Proganics O. If you're using an indoor plant, I know Dr. Vanessa is going to recommend Proganics I, the indoor Proganics mix. Supernatural for a vegetable garden if you're trying to build up existing soil that you have, or Earth Mix Landscape if you're planting new trees and shrubs. There's a wide array of different things to choose from. All are great products at and you can see the whole list over at earthmix.net. You can click on the products tab there, or you can go, if you want to find a location near you, click on the Find Earth Mix tab, and you will see all of the pins come up on the map, and it will show you.
Goodness, it's everywhere.
All over Middle Tennessee, Kentucky, up in Indiana, and in Ohio. So check that out over at earthmix.net. Remember this: success in gardening begins at the ground level when you use Earth Mix garden products, and we appreciate you giving us a moment to talk about that.
Yes.
Because if you're going to buy good stuff, you want it to grow and do its very best, and that's what that's what Earth Mix garden products gives you the opportunity to do.
How about 2 cubic yards of Earth Mix for Mom?
You can certainly do that.
I mean, you could get it in a bulk bag. You could and show her how much you love her by going out there and shoveling it out of the back of your truck or off the back of the trailer. Come on,
that's love,
huh?
That's love. I know that's the kind of love you regularly demonstrated to your mom, Josh. You in all manner of ways. And so,
Mom was not a plant person, David.
Well, I know your mom was more of a travel agent kind of person. I mean, she liked connecting people on trips.
Yes.
She was very astute at that. And we're going to line it up here so Josh can get his photograph lined up here.
Oh, my little mama. 5 foot tall and 3 foot wide. Mean as a snake. Didn't cotton to a fool, even though she married one. That's him on the other side. That's the major.
The dynamic duo themselves.
I like his hat.
Yes, the swim team. Yes, okay. He went. He lived that. The Major and Mrs. Major, Minnie Fay Cary. Okay. Now, an interesting story about Mom.
Yeah.
She changed her name to Minnie Fay Cary.
She wasn't born with that name?
No. Minnie Fay was not her.
She legally changed it.
Legally changed it to Minnie Fay from Mabel Elizabeth.
Okay. And the story behind that is?
I don't know. She's just one of those things.
Minnie Fay?
She was always called Mink. Now, again, you have to understand that she was the youngest of the clan, and just on the very tail end of the Greatest Generation. All three of her brothers served in World War II. Her oldest sister was Rosie the Riveter. She was actually an electrician. And let me tell you, folks, she was a special lady. By far the most intelligent person that I ever met in my life.
She endured and somehow survived your
We all talk about saints. She didn't cotton to a fool. Okay. She didn't take stupid well. Okay.
God, that must have been an unending trying episode for her, one day after the next, having to raise you.
Well, again, we've all talked about them being saints, and she is absolutely a saint, and probably the most well-read person that I ever knew. Dad bought her for Mother's Day one year a set of Encyclopedia Britannicas with the Annals of America, by the way.
Oh, my word.
Okay.
How many trips to the... No, those are not the ones you got at the grocery store.
No.
Remember the ones you used to have to go and you buy a different one every week? I don't know which ones those were, but Britannicas were like the high dollar ones. Those were probably back in the day. Those probably cost $275 or
You knew you were
higher.
you knew you were in a good house when you walked in. They had that shelf with a full set of encyclopedias.
Wow.
And updated every year. But
particularly if they show visible signs of wear.
Yeah.
right. And she would, when she ran out of books and the TV Guide was out and the People magazine wasn't current, she would actually sit there and just reach over and get an encyclopedia and read for 2 or 3 hours, just article after article. But,
That's what saints do. They read the Encyclopedia Britannica. Become
put that pale mel down and a cup of coffee on the other side. But I wanted to also bring to light a couple of other mothers, if we could here. Just one moment. We'll go to this one, and then I'll talk about these two. Because these are two other special mothers in my life. That's the mother of my children and the godmother to my children. And they were, by the way, folks, an unabashed plug for the folks here at Bates Nursery and Garden Center. They were both here at the same time last Saturday morning.
They were. It was really great to get to see them both. And
they shopped.
They did shop.
Boy, they shopped,
and we appreciate that.
And they were very, very pleased, impressed with the operation here. And there we go. So those are the other special mothers in my life.
Well, they're both great ladies, and I know that we're privileged that Diana will share you with all of us for an hour every Saturday.
And guess where she's going to be for Mother's Day?
Wherever she wants to be.
She's going to be on the beach.
Well, good for her.
Yeah.
Why are you not going to be on the beach?
Because I had to come do the at-home show.
Oh, so it's our fault.
No, it's not. This is she's having a girls' trip with my youngest daughter, who graduated from college last 2 weeks ago. So
my wife is off with her mom and her aunt, and her two cousins are doing a girls' trip up to Owensboro today.
I'd rather go to the beach.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay. We're going to transition now.
Transition?
Oh, yeah, you got something?
You got a text message.
Okay, all right. Let's see what you got.
From Martha Ann Hood. I'm looking for native wildflowers. The mowers did their work.
David, did they still make meadow in a drum? Do you remember that?
I did remember that. I don't know, but she probably needs to come out and see Joy out in the perennial section, and because she's just one of our many professionals here. And
You're looking at me quizzically.
Joy has quite an extensive knowledge base on natives and that kind of thing.
Non-natives.
And we also have Tyler has produced with Joy a couple of really excellent Bates Nursery Botanical Boot Camp episodes on natives. So you ought to take your time and go to the batesnursery.com to the Bates Nursery Botanical Boot Camp link down at the bottom of the page, and you can click on that, and it'll show you all the archives, and you can find that out there, and it'll give you a whole lot of great information about what to be looking at.
They used to sell it. I believe it was in National Geographic. They would have a picture of a beautiful young lady standing on the side of a hill with looks like an oatmeal tin, the round oatmeal tin. Are you okay over there? You over there?
Yeah.
His phone exploded.
Talking about National Geographic.
Okay, 615.
But they would look like an oatmeal tin, and there'd be a windy day, and this young lady would be scattering the seeds, and they would just float down the meadow.
I don't know if they can even sell those anymore, simply because there's so many varieties of things that would be considered exotic
and invasive.
Yes, so I don't know that they even do those.
So it was National Geographic's fault that we got.
They were culpable. I will put it that way. They had their part in the deal.
Speaking of lovely ladies that know flowers, David Bates,
that are just happen to be having birthdays today.
Happy birthday to Caroline.
Caroline, welcome to the At Home Show. Let's do time for a plant rant with Cary Gant.
Sometimes she just needs to vent a little. It's Plant Rants with Cary Gant. I got it right that time.
Did.
All right.
Thank you for fixing it.
Welcome in,
Good
Caroline.
morning.
So good to see you today. We really enjoyed.
Did we go formal? Is it Caroline?
She
Back and forth.
They both work.
They do.
She responds favorably to either. Just don't say "Hey, lady" to her.
That's right. Don't you do it. No, hey, lady.
I want to compliment you on the spot. You and Tyler both on the spot we did at the top of the show where you gave the tour of hanging baskets and all things for gifts for Mom's Day. And so now we're going to take another look a little closer at some other gift ideas that you have brought into the studio this morning. So what you got for us?
I got a lot out here on this table. So
You
to
do.
my left, your right, we have some of those hanging baskets that we looked at yesterday when Tyler and I took the tour around the greenhouse, which you guys saw. I brought 4 in over here. Ask any questions you want to ask. But I'm going to go ahead and pan over to these houseplants. So if your mother's more of a houseplant person, if she wants something that's going to give year round instead of, just a plant that she's going to put on her porch and isn't going to be able to keep, I brought some great gift options. Some of them are low care. Some of them are a little bit higher.
Where's the top half of that one planter right there, Cary? There's
right down in front with the blue star fern?
No, the one where the eyes are missing and the ears.
Just fell off, I guess. I don't know. So we just stuck a fern in her and we said, here you go. But we have some great planters, as you can see. There's some great face planters that we have. This blue star fern, that's one of my favorite ferns if your mom's into ferns but doesn't really know how to take care of them. It's the best fern for
They're pretty tough,
new plant
aren't they?
moms.
Yep.
Ferns can be, especially maidenhairs. This one's great. It'll get large. It can tolerate high light and low water. Orchids, as you can see, these 3 that we have right here, we have a little Philodendrons that's blooming.
Ooh.
We have 2 of them. They're perfect. They're gorgeous. You can get a little cachet planter to put it in. This Oncidium that's going to grow a little larger, has
That's
a light
amazing.
scent. I know. I don't know if you guys can see, Tyler.
Oh, no,
can
it's
you see
beautiful.
that detail? And then one thing that we got in that we've never gotten before is this pansy orchid back here, which unfortunately is not blooming yet.
Oh, but it's going to be soon, it looks like.
Miltonia is the name. Yeah. And she's got 4... maybe
Bloom spikes, yes.
5 bloom spikes,
Yeah,
actually.
I see one that's starting to show color down there on the front, so they're going to be absolutely stunning.
And the orchid man that we bought these from, he comes down from like north of Atlanta once a month, tells us all about them. But he said this has such a strong scent that sometimes people have to put them outside.
Wow.
Which seems exciting. So I can't wait for them to open up. They're going to look kind of like
Think it'd be
pansies.
sweet smelling or just?
He said sweet smelling. Yeah.
Okay.
Normally orchids have like a pretty sweet
I'm
smell to them.
I'm pretty sure that these skunk orchids are not all that popular.
We don't
Well,
order
some
those.
of them,
yeah,
some
we
of
don't
them are
take
just
those.
they can be overpoweringly sweet, but some of them are.
remember-
My sister had one that was citrusy smelling.
Really?
I remember back in the day, the first time I ever smelled Eleagnus in bloom, and I was waiting on a lady, and I thought, my Lord, she has the loudest perfume I've ever
The
smelled.
good drugstore kind.
And I
Yeah.
couldn't get downwind from her, and I realized it was this whole patch of Eleagnus that would have this pungent, such an incredibly sweet scent. So, sometimes if you're not prepared, a fragrance like that can be overwhelming almost.
Yeah, it can get you for real. So I also brought some Cyclamen. That's another low care plant. You can bring it inside. It's blooming right now in the summer. It's going to go dormant in the winter, so you can take it into cooler temps. If you get a houseplant for your mother and she's like, I have no idea what to do with this, you can always send her in to talk to us or call with any questions. Now, if you're looking for kind of a mixed planter with houseplants already, I brought some great options. This is one of my favorites. A wine bottle succulent planter.
There you go.
Yeah, so fancy, a little bit classy, for mom.
Well, there's nothing.
And that's ready to go. Just pick it up and
It is ready to go.
oh wow.
We have quite a few mixed succulent planters in the garden center right now. So if you want to get a little something special, a cute little pot, we got this cat pot, lots of different animals in there.
Meow.
Yep, that noise. Exactly.
Well, Cary handles almost all of the containers that come into Bates Nursery. There are a few that have escaped your grasp at one point or another. Would that be
Very.
accurate to say?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So get her some help, David.
Well, she's
Come on.
she
I move fast.
She will take help, but you know what? She's just very capable of getting it done.
I'm not saying that
and
she's not.
She likes it. I have to go. Hey! You shouldn't be handling that whole pallet at one time by yourself. We need to, because she's a physically capable individual, and I want to keep her that way.
Yes.
We don't want to wear her out. And
No, I don't want that to happen.
So
that bad back will come at one of these days.
Hit you hard.
Yeah.
But I don't have to go to the gym right now. So all that pottery.
That pottery is quite a workout. So
is.
are there certain trends that you see in pottery that are the things that people are most asking about, or is it more based on what color their decor is, or how are people motivated towards a certain container? Is it style? Is it color? What is it?
Well, right now, the face planters, as you can see to my right, that we were talking about earlier, are very popular. We have some half face planters.
I have face planted before.
Really? I mean, it was a skateboard thing.
It was a different thing.
Stepped off that curb outside the exit in that night, eh, David Bates?
Yeah.
Remember that one curb out there?
No, that's it. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Well, I hope you were okay. You're here today. You look great.
Apparently,
So
yes,
you made it through. But we do have some other full face planters as well. Those are actually really popular right now. I've seen them all over Etsy and Pinterest, and they do sell fast. Another popular one are just like a clean white planter. A lot of those sell. It doesn't take away from the plant because it has clean lines. It doesn't have a lot of designs on it.
And it goes with any decor.
And it goes with any decor. So if you come in to pick out a pot for your mom for that house plant you're getting her, you don't know what to do, best option is to always just go for something pretty plain.
Well, and if you've got mom's got a color that is her favorite color, don't worry about it. They're out there, folks.
All of them, all colors.
Yes.
And of course, it's perfectly okay if you want to bring mom with you. That helps to remove a lot of question marks because, she might not be totally forthcoming in, well, no, I don't want you to get that from me. You know what to do. Take care of mom.
Whatever you pick out will be fine.
And I know that maybe today's not the most wonderful weather day. I mean, yesterday was beautiful and sunny, and we wish it was that way today. But there's no rain until maybe late in the afternoon. So come on out and either get with Cary or with any one of our other landscape professionals out there. We're going to help you figure out what to get mom. And, of course, there's just even though there have been, and I talked a little bit in my newsletter last week about shortages, we have been very fortunate to get a lot of things in, so we're not really deficient on anything right now.
We have a lot right now, a lot of hanging baskets. When Tyler and I took our tour yesterday, and then I walked at the end of the day just to see what we had left. So we didn't bring people out for hanging baskets and have 5.
Yeah.
There's plenty out
Is that truly like the go-to Mother's Day gift? I mean,
I'd say it's a
because it's got a handle on it. People can just grab it and
it's
go.
like a purse.
Yeah, it's just about like that. And so we want you to know that you're not going to be disappointed. You're not going to come in and not find something for mom. We're going to make it easy on you. And with 6 checkouts, we're going to get you in and get you out of here quickly as possible. So we really try to keep it moving here at Bates Nursery and Garden Center because we know you got a lot going on today. Now, one thing I would be remiss if we did not get from the birthday girl herself.
the song?
No. That will be next week, maybe.
Oh, okay.
We're going to, that will be the dance recital portion. Which, but I want to hear a little bit, give us a story about your mom. What can you tell us about your mom that we need to know to help us understand you a little better?
A little bit better. I thought about that. She has some great stories. She's quite a woman. My favorite is when she had her dog bite the mailman, but I'm not going to tell that story.
She put the dog on the mailman?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Had to go to court. It was exciting. But my love for plants and gardening really came from my mom. So as a kid, we would have a little garden. We would always do it together. For my birthday, she usually got me an orchid or a cacti, which are 2 of my favorite types of houseplants, like from the time I was probably 5 or 6. As I got older, my birthday's close to Mother's Day. Next year, it will be on Mother's Day. We take each other plant shopping every year.
Were you born on Mother's Day?
I was not, but my 18th birthday was on Mother's Day.
Oh, okay.
And I was kind of a Mother's Day present. I think I was right before Mother's Day.
Well, and you obviously are the daughter and gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I am.
You bring sparkle to her eye every day when she hears your voice.
When we talk on the phone,
I'm
absolutely.
Well, thank you, Cary, for showing us all your wares. We invite you to come out and see Cary and all the great professionals here at Bates Nursery and Garden Center. We're going to be opening here just in a few minutes, so As soon as we go off the air, you can kind of start meandering this way.
I've got a mission.
I bet you do.
I have a mission.
So that's a great story.
They forgot to get something last week. I can't believe it.
We've got another.
Did you see those 2 carts that we had? Those 3 carts that we had?
Oh, I saw them.
Yeah.
I helped check those out.
Okay. So.
But they forgot something. They want some more.
Well, it happens, Josh.
Okay.
It happens. Hey, before we forget, we've got this whole team of people here, and these stories from everyone on our cast of characters today. But we haven't heard from Tyler today. And
Hi, Tyler.
And I know Tyler he's got to have wonderful stories about his mom. Now you were born and raised in Huntsville, is that correct?
Yeah, Huntsville, Alabama.
Now, so are you a rocket baby, or what's the deal about that?
I was born atop a rocket sailing over Alabama.
That's the best thing to be doing with Alabama is going over the top.
It was one of the boosters of the shuttle.
He was conceived in the S-4B. So anyway.
Yeah. Well, actually, fun story. My parents were actually both born. One was born in Washington, D.C., the other born in Sacramento, California.
Okay.
So it was quite the...
extremes.
Yes, quite the extreme that they both landed in Huntsville. And my mom actually does work on the arsenal there. And she's been in defense for a while, but
Speaking of defense, I think that was a helicopter that just buzzed.
I heard you talking about it.
It could be surveillance listening in. That's all I'll say. You'll never get me. But no, I think she also had a side gig for quite a while. I believe she was the Easter Bunny. She may have also had a stint as the Tooth Fairy, and she may have even been Santa. And
wow.
And it's kind of incredible when you wake up for so many years and you've got a basket next to your bed when you wake up and you're like, oh, who did this? Who did this? And then she just comes in and gives you a hug. And so she's been a very caring and very supportive person all throughout my life. And I can't say that I'd be the same person that I am right now without her. Or
either you or Tyler.
Right. Either of me.
And if you haven't had the pleasure of calling and get Tyler's message on his phone, I highly recommend it. Yeah, call Tyler.
Go ahead, give that number out.
Yeah. Anyway, well, thank you, Tyler. We appreciate your contributions every week, and of course, his capable camera and post-production skills on the little piece that Cary was featured in about hanging baskets and all the video things we do, including the at-home show here every Saturday. So thank you, Tyler, for that.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Mrs. Blankenship, for bringing this young man into the world and eventually into our lives. So it all worked out rather nicely.
Dig it.
So anyway, we're rapidly approaching the end.
What about your mom, David?
Well, I did share a story this week. Let me just do it in this order. Let's just do it this way. That way I can kind of make this segue relatively smooth. Yes, relatively smooth. Let's talk about Bates Nursery and Garden Center briefly. Of course, this is the place where we broadcast from every Saturday, and we are very, very fortunate to have this extraordinary team that I've been fortunate to be able to bring together here, and I feel truly privileged because I have so many great folks, and you get to meet a few of them here on the air, and there's a whole host of others that you may not have met. You will get to see them all if you go to the Bates Nursery Botanical Boot Camp. If you just scroll right down the page there, and there is where you see all the heuchera is where the
heuchera.
Where it says register now, you can just click on that, and upcoming programs and also the entire archives are available there. So you can check that out. And there are contributions from literally every different person that are landscape professionals and horticulturalists here at Bates Nursery and Garden Center. And there's a lot of information to put part of our responsibility very seriously to try to get you not only the sufficient amount of information, but also give it to you correctly. And because this is all we do, we don't do anything else. We don't sell equipment on the side. We don't do
light bulbs.
We got a couple in here, but we have bought them
elsewhere. Air filters.
No air filters, Josh. We just do this thing called plants, and we help you to improve your living space through your landscape, whether it be it indoor plants or annual flowers or perennials or edible landscape plants, trees, shrubs, ornamental grasses, ground covers, you name it. We have it all here at Bates Nursery and Garden Center, and expertise is really where we feel like we excel. Apart from the many thousands of plants we have on hand at all times, bring photographs of the area that you've got questions about, and our landscape professionals will help you to get the right plant in the right place the first time. At this time of year, if you need a little extra time, probably better to come in during the week. Weekends are a very busy time, and we'll do our very best to try to help you, but we're spread a little thin, even with our 50-plus people on our staff here. The demands are high, and we want to give you the attention you need. So if you need to have a lot, make some time during the week, and we'll do our very best to get you all the attention that you need out here at Bates Nursery and Garden Center. And one of the things that I do is my contribution to the business, apart from this little thing here, is the newsletter that I write, and that's right there in that tab there, and it's called In the Garden with Bates Nursery. And I've been very fortunate to have a lot of folks who read this every week. Shockingly, it's above 25,000 people who subscribe to it. Yep. And so I have a lot of folks who are kind enough to take a few minutes every week and say nice things about that, and occasionally some critiques, and we take those equally as well also. So I do appreciate that. But check that out if you want to get my newsletter. You can subscribe right there at batesnursery.com. This week, I did talk a little story about my mom, and I'll relate that quickly, and you can read it in detail on there about my little brother, Mark, my younger brother, Mark, and I our event Playing with Matches. And so you need to read that little story online. Just go to the newsletters or to the blog section over here and go to where it says In the Garden with Bates Nursery.
In a nutshell, she had a really good BS detector.
She had a really good, and she had a good nose and good eyes, because she could see what we didn't know. But anyway, the article is called Mother Knows. So, but another story I will relate quickly that is unrelated to this story is that we were building a fire one time. She decided we were going to put a fire in the fireplace. Okay. And we had some sticks that she was going to break up for kindling. And I was standing behind my mom. I was probably 4 or 5 years old, and she put one on the floor and was going to break it, and it snapped as she fell, and pinned me under the floor. So I remember that moment of
that view of mom that you'll never be able to forget out of your brain. I brought you into this world,
and I can take you out. And another memory of hers, I remember it was her 37th birthday. Ooh. But I incorrectly identified it as her 73rd birthday. So she got after me a little bit on that one. So anyway, but unfortunately, my mom has been gone for 32 years, almost half my life. Wow. But she still comes into my mind every day. And so we're all fortunate to have the memories.
She hears you talking about her, just like mine does.
So. Oh, yeah. So anyway, we're grateful to get to have this experience today, to get to spend a few minutes talking about our moms, and also hopefully give you an opportunity to show your mom how much you care for her, and pick up something nice for her and spend time with her. That's really what she wants. But don't think you're going to get off that easy, though.
Still need to get something. Preferably from Bates Nursery.
Well, here in the neighborhood, we've got some things. And, here in the studio, you see we've got several things. We've got phlox right here in front of me. And some.
What'd you say?
Phlox. Phlox.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of other, we've got heucheras there, and some geranium baskets. So all manner of things with color. Petunias.
White knockout roses.
We have everything. We got the whole lineup of roses, of shrub roses. So come on out and see us.
Wygelia.
Wygelia, you ask, well, I'll tell you.
Okay. These are absolutely stunning.
And absolutely stunning.
Were you trying to be punny?
So anyway, come on out and see us, Bates Nursery and Garden Center. We appreciate you tuning in today.
Yep.
And of course, like I said earlier during the program, Anytime during the week you got a question, call this number, 615-499-6690. Leave a voicemail or a text message.
You can message the At Home
we'll
Show
talk
at the
about it
Facebook
right
page
here
too.
next week.
Absolutely. All righty, folks. Music means that this edition has come to a close. And as David has said, if you got your mama, go see her. I wish I could. I so wish I could. Treasure her. Okay. All right, folks. For the whole team here, we'll see you next Saturday.